having this vision. I've been having this vision. Either rise or you fall. I'm on a mission, bringing my dreams to fruition. I ain't playing at all. Bring out the body bags, I'm about to kill them, deliver them to the mortician. I gotta do what I gotta do. That's what I'm facing, back in my face. I gotta do what I gotta do. I pray to God, he never came. I'ma do me, I'ma do me. That's in my blood, I never change. That's in my blood, I never change. That's in my blood, I never change.
It's a beautiful Saturday evening to wrap up the day here on the Corona Post Show. Here at the third stop of the season for the Male Pro Portugal, presented by Rip Curl, shutting things down at dark, about 7 p.m. local time here in Peniche. And we got a lot accomplished yet again. No lay-days around here, just little breaks on the low tide, and we saw a lot of damage done and a lot of great highlights as well. Joe Turpel, Peter Mellon, Kaipo Guerrero. Opening thoughts from you, Kaipo. It was a massive day, bit of a break, setting up the quarterfinals a long time ago for the women as well.
Boa tarde. It's been a great day. I'm in the spirit, of Super Tubos right now. And, yeah, we kind of stop-start a little bit, but overall, it was a great day, and I love the competition today.
Sort of the veterans coming back on the rookies on the women's side. Pete, for the men's side as well, we saw some of the young guns that we thought were going to do well went down as well, especially with the Miguel Sammy heat. Big brother taking out the Grom. Chianca was expected to do really well here at Super Tubos today.
Yeah, I did expect him to do really well. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do it because Connor Coffin came up hot. He had a hot hand. He looked good out there, and I expect him to move far through this. If he keeps that up, I expect him to move all the way into that finals day.
Happy with the waves today, Pete? Was that pretty close to the forecast, what we expected today?
I would say it's good to the forecast. I would love to see it bombing and straight offshore all day long every day, but we can't always get that. This is one of those places that can be fickle. But tonight it turned out to be pretty nice. There was still plenty of opportunity for all the competitors to get their waves, so it was a fair playing field.
Really interesting, Kaipo, when you look at what it takes to be a champion at Super Tubos. So you can't be a one-skilled human being. You've got to be good in barrels, airs, combinations. You got to be a little bit of everything to be a champion at the end of the week.
You got to be quick, you got to be adaptive, and you have to be nimble here because it changes so much, Joe.
Things are changing as well on the leaderboard. Let's hear from the winner of the last heat. Kanoa Igarashi is with Louisa.
Kanoa, with this win, you just pulled the jersey from Barron, and you started a race. What do you have under your sleeve on this wave that is your home break?
Yeah, it's nice to be out there. This is my favorite time to surf out here, is right before dark. I feel like the crowd kind of goes away. And yeah, it felt like just another evening out there. It's just nice to see the fans down here and see the crowd. They've been so supportive. It's been like raining all day, and they've been down here like even during the when we had the break for like 2 hours. They're still all down here. So yeah, thankful for them and thankful for Portugal for giving us some fun waves.
Amazing, congratulations.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you back here.
Thank you guys. Thanks guys.
Back to you guys for a Corona Post Show.
That's right, Louisa. What a big moment for Kanoa Igarashi, and what a great game plan against Justin. Things went quiet for a bit there, but he looked very dangerous, big combinations. But what Louisa was alluding to, it's like he's just passed Barron Mamiya on the rankings. A big moment, Kaipo, for Kanoa Igarashi today.
Yeah, I mean, he just gets better every single year. And right now, I already have him on my fantasy team. I'm going to tell you that right now. And so I actually have him as one of my favorites for the whole year.
Yeah, really cool, too, when you look at new names kind of entertaining that idea of being yellow. It's not official yet. Seth Muniz equals second. He's still coming up later on in the draw. But what does this really mean for Kanoa Igarashi moving forward?
Well, I think it's the achieving of the goal, which he has set coming into this event. I think that he said he wanted to leave here with the yellow jersey. Now he has it kind of in hand. There's still a lot of surfing to happen from the other contenders in this heat. Kyle Belly's there, Seth, Kelly, all those surfers can get in there and take that jersey away as well. But right now, goal is set, goal is semi-achieved, and he's into the next round. So Kanoa looking good.
A lot to digest today here on the Corona Post Show as we go way back to how we started with the women in the water for the round of 16. And we have two veterans that we have never seen as far down on the leaderboard as we see them today. It was a very important heat for both Sally Fitzgibbons and Stephanie Gilmore. Steph, the 7-time world champ. Sally, 3-time runner-up in the world. A lot of people were saying Sally was the favorite in this heat. in these kind of conditions.
Yeah, I had her picked. I mean, she was looking good from round one. Thought that she was going to be able to put it together in this heat, but Steph was able to pull her backside together and get it done. And that was important for her to be able to get the scores on the lefts, because this heat had a bunch of them.
So many great lefts for Stephanie Gilmore to just finesse her way through some big sections. Sally's won so often in beach breaks. She's good in the barrel as well. So this was thought as a missed opportunity, Kaipo.
Hey, this was a must-win for Steph Gilmore. Not even like talking about Final Five. I'm talking about re-qualification at this point for Steph Gilmore. So she stepped up. She did what she needed to do. And I'm glad to see her in the quarterfinals, Joe.
So strange to have Sally through 3 events now and missing out on the final series at all 3 starts. Her back's against the wall heading into Bells Beach as we check out the draw in the final series. Steph, Joanne DeFay, that's a rematch of what we saw at the Rip Curl WSL Finals at Lowers, Pete.
Wow, and yeah, going to see it again. The quarterfinals are set. That bottom half having Carissa Moore and Tyler Wright up against each other, that's a big one. But that top half, Joanne and Steph. So it's it's set, and I can't wait to see it go down.
So the one rookie representing Kaipo, India Robinson.
Exactly the point I was going to make. When Sunset was all about the new crew, the new class, the rookie class, right now we're seeing all of the establishment coming back at stop number 3.
That was
except for India.
Yeah, India's representing. That was really cool. All the rookies that were expected to do really well really got shook up, even from Betty Lou, getting knocked out and getting her worst result of the season as well, Pete.
Yeah, it's so true, and again, that's just what's going to make it fun towards that cut line, which is only 2 events away. 2.5 events away. It's going to be a crucial run to that little finish cut line.
Another big highlighted heat we kind of alluded to at the start of the Corona Post show. We had a fired-up Connor Coffin taking on Joao Chianca. Chianca is a household name in Portugal. He had a lot of support on the beach, but it was all about purebred power surfing that made the difference, Kaipo.
Yeah, again, I'm talking about fantasy. I had Joao on my team. But Connor Coffin, on lefts, comes out firing. I'm talking really quick feet, precise lines, beautiful carving by Coffin, and a well-deserved victory in this heat.
And he was kind of talking about his heats at Pipe and Sunset where he's caught in rips and just trying to get started. He was so happy that he had a wave early into the 7 range on his opener, and he didn't stop there. Joao was right in the mix on his opener, under the 7 range, but it was still quite a heat at this point.
Yeah, and it was a contrasting styles. I mean, you could see just the styly style of Connor Coffin, whereas a little bit more loose and raw from Joao Chianca. So a little bit of apples and oranges, but it came down to these lefts. Joao was trying to mix it up by getting into the barrel and doing his thing there. Didn't quite come up with it on this barrel ride, but I'll tell you what, I think more than anything, it was an inspired performance from Connor Coffin, and you couldn't deny it.
Hey, and you know what? As a rookie, you have big expectations. Joao Chianca, though, really, just the disappointment was obvious with the young Brazilian.
Oh, and that hurts your body. If that's a magic board, that's, he might have some regret later on this evening, but that's how much passion and fire he's bringing into his rookie season. Falling to Connor 6.57 and a 5.93, and he'll be moving on to Bells Beach. Chianca was interesting, talking to Dave Proden in the lineup. He had kind of a lot to expect from himself at Pipeline, but I think he was already pinning this event as one to win as a rookie, and that was all the emotion we just saw.
Yeah, you could see it. I mean, I'll say that they were kind of flat arms it didn't have like full pointed elbows, so it wasn't going to be that much damage.
But to your point, Joe, Joao actually surprised himself at Pipeline and disappointed himself here at Super Tubos. So I think it's balanced out for the rookie right now. So he had one event that he did beyond his expectations, came into this event thinking he was going to do way better than he was. So the net on this one is pretty good for Joao.
It's a bit of an education, right? It's learning. It's a process as a rookie. You set your bar where you got to set your bar. And Connor just had his set pretty high, and he achieved it.
What a great heat. Now it's time for the top 5 here on the Corona Post Show. Starting at number 5 on the list, going back to the women's draw in the round of 16. Courtney Conlog taking on world number 1, Brisa Hennessy. Courtney, not having the best start to the season at Pipe or Sunset, was really turning in her best performance of the season against world number 1 today.
Yeah. Eye of the sea tiger when it goes to Courtney Conlog. Brisa Hennessy started off, with a good wave, but Courtney Conlog found these lefts, and she just had a great rhythm and read throughout this left-handers in the low tide, rip bowl, and Courtney Conlog came out with the win.
Such an important win for Courtney Conlog. She moves on to the quarterfinals. Number 4, a big moment for Connor O'Leary, nail biter against world number 5 last season, Morgan Siblick, Pete.
This was a good heat. It was just all the way to the very end, and Connor able to find the 6-point ride, the 6.07 to turn the heat. This was the wave right here. He surfed his heart out to get that score, so good job to him.
Well done for Connor O'Leary, getting the embrace from his wife. Tatiana Weston-Webb takes the number 3 spot, 14.83 total today, Kaipo.
You think about Tatiana Weston-Webb and her backhand really being her weapon, but this time she turned to the left and put some power down, some snaps, and came back. A disappointing start so far for Tatiana Weston-Webb, but right now it's Super Tubos. She's got the number, and she is looking fire.
So true, Kaipo. She's 14th in the world, so a very crucial result for Tatiana Weston-Webb moving forward. Now coming in at number 2, a 2-time world champ Tyler Wright was very dominant in the round of 16 today, Pete.
Yeah, she didn't make many mistakes. She knew how to just pace this heat. She was able to get a good score right out of the gates, which was the barrel to off the top there, and made sure she found the backup. It went kind of quiet toward the back half of the heat. She had already done enough to get the points done. So congratulations to Tyler Wright. She's in the quarters.
Looking very dangerous, very electric. Tyler Wright, number 6 in the world, so she wants to move inside that final 5 as she took out Gabriella Bryan. Bryan was chasing her throughout that entire matchup. Kaipo, we're at number 1. It's going to go to this man, Felipe Toledo.
What are you going to say? Surfing in a whole nother gear, a 7.67, a lucky 7.77, riding his board from the WSL Finals. This dark arts quad, sharp eye, under the feet of Toledo. That combination equals what? Progression, speed, and lightning quick reactions. I'm going to say Felipe Toledo is a favorite in this event and a well-deserved number 1 in our top 5.
Pretty scary when you see conditions like we have today. I don't know how you beat a guy like Felipe Toledo. He's won here before, and he's just looked like he's heating up, heading into the next round where he draws Jake Marshall, the rookie who also had a huge takedown today against Leo Fioravanti, Pete.
Yeah, so cool. I mean, you would have to say just by what we've seen today, we still have a few surfers we haven't seen. We got Italo had a nice quiet make, so he would be obviously in that top half of the draw. But I'll tell you what, Felipe, as far as performance level, he was the man.
I suppose you talk about yellow. Kanoa's just edged out Barron Mamiya for the time being. We still have Seth Moniz coming up, and as well as Kelly Slater and Kai Ubeli, which could have a shot at yellow as well, depending how far they go in this event.
Yeah. Hey, it's unknown at this point who's going to be wearing that yellow jersey into stop number 4. So that's what makes it really exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
Pete, better waves tomorrow?
Well, we're supposed to see this kind of increase in swell. We didn't see it really tonight yet, which I think is actually a good thing because we'll see it kind of increase through the night into the morning because it is coming. You know, the surf line's been on it as far as the forecast goes. So we'll see a little bit more size tomorrow, which will be a good thing. We're still going to have to deal with the low tide, though.
That's true. So join us tomorrow morning, first thing, worldsurfleague.com for that call at 7:30 local time to finish the round of 32, and also the women quarters on deck. Take care. We'll see you in the morning.
Good morning and welcome to Portugal. Conditions are pretty darn good, so we're going to be seeing a bit of performance as well as barrels.
We are excited to see things getting underway. Go into Faye using priority. Nice green face opening up in front of her. She's going to drive up into the lip. Nice snap under the lip. Comes in for that second one. Unleashing on that first turn. Steph Gilmore now up and riding. Nice strong attack on her backhand. Straight up into the lip. Goes for a second one. Finds that critical section again. And a beautiful cover up for the stylish Steph Gilmore.
Conlog still favoring her backhand here. Backhand snap nice and clean. Jams it again. Live action on the left. Lakey Peterson hammering the first section.
Carissa straight into it. All that power, all that flow. Connects 2 turns together. Drives off the bottom. Nice and 12 o'clock into that first pocket and up into the second. She's up and riding, just finding that beautiful line, threads that barrel, and comes in for a strong finish.
Tati snapping on the left-hander there.
the lineup. Italo Ferreira. Big carve, love that hand drag layback. Going up into the air, grabs the rail, and he lands it.
Toledo gets into his stride, snaps one off the top, and again. What's he got here off the bottom? Oh, and he rotates it. Hey, look at the fire coming off of Connor's tail right here. Just big blowtail.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.